Volunteer to your first staff meeting as reporters for the Toledo Truth Teller. How many of you have actually written for a paper before?
I wrote a paper in junior high.
Not quite the same thing.
I've tweeted.
You've tweeted?
I'm in a group text.
This is terrific. Let's show them how it's done.
Let's look at the brand new series, The Paper, which is a spin-off to The Office. But this new series takes us to the offices of the Toledo Truth Teller, a proud regional newspaper.
And joining us now are the series stars, Chelsea Frei and Domhnall Gleeson.
Great to see you both. Thanks so much for joining us.
Lovely to see you. Thank you for having us.
All right, Domhnall, I want to start with you because we heard that you were not necessarily looking to do a TV series, but then all of a sudden this great script came along. What was it about this project that really attracted you?
I mean, the script was absolutely hilarious, and it was a chance to work with Greg Daniels and Michael Coman. Greg Daniels is the creator of the US Office, the showrunner, the guy who sort of came up with everything. And so just getting to work with those guys who were at the top of their game. And then the script was, as I say, the script was just so funny. It felt like, how would you not do it, you know?
And speaking of the Office, didn't John Krasinski and Steve Carell offer you some advice?
Yeah, I had worked with Steve and John. I was actually working with John when I got the offer to do this. And so I got in touch with them and just asked them what they, what their thoughts were. And they both just said, if you get to work with Greg Daniels, say yes if you can. And they each said, I think you'll have amazing fun. You'll have proper fun on it, which I did. And I think you can feel in the show. There's a lot of love and a lot of optimism and hope in the show, which I think goes a long way.
Mm-hmm. Chelsea, The Paper is being pitched as kind of a spin-off to The Office, and it's really similar in its style with its shooting and its dialogue. As we mentioned, it's got the same creators. Nice to also see Oscar Nunez again, who is also, of course, a big part of The Office. What do you think it is about this format that viewers love so much?
I think it feels more real. There's something authentic, and especially as the actor getting to play somebody who has a camera on them, it adds kind of this fun element of like when you are more yourself, when you're kind of presenting yourself for the camera. I think it adds a lot of fun dynamics that perhaps you might find more relatable. I mean, I know I do. I'm one of the biggest Office fans ever, so it's definitely a format I've always loved.
But you also touched upon the idea of hope, and you get that immediately, even though all these individuals are so downtrodden at first. But, then your character comes in so idealistic and so much hope, and immediately, Chelsea, your character, I love that all of a sudden you see the light. This switch has been turned on.
Totally. Well, I think, it's when we meet Mare, it's like, just a woman in her early 30s. I'm going to say early, really early.
Yeah, yes.
Really early 30s.
Yeah.
Like basically 20s. But who's kind of just given up on having a job that she really, cares about. And I think it's so exciting and inspiring to see somebody kind of like re-find that love for what they always wanted to do and realize, it's never too late.
Mm-hmm. Now, you mentioned a moment ago about just having fun, having a good time, and I got to believe a series like this really lends itself to a lot of maybe impromptu laughs. Is there something that really made any of you really break when shooting?
Yes. Domhnall once fainted in my arms in a way that was so improvised and psychotic and hilarious, like literally like full weight of his body, which is, we're probably way the same, but it was just like the most out of nowhere. And I was so mad at myself because I started laughing. I don't know if it made it in, but it was one of the funniest things that an actor has ever done with me in a scene. It
was like a trust exercise.
It really was.
That you failed. I mean, you let me fall to the ground. Yeah.
Let him fall. Could have really hurt himself and ruined the scene. So yeah, it was a lose-lose.
Domhnall, what about you?
Yeah, I think I also think, anytime Tim Key is in a scene as well, who plays Ken in the show, anytime he brings a kind of a quiet intensity that just always got me, and he's always at our throats. He's kind of like one of our arch nemesis in the show. He doesn't want us to be doing anything that costs money, and good journalism costs money. So he's kind of incredible. He's brilliant at the show.
All right, well, listen, there's a lot of fun both on camera and behind the scenes, and also a lot of fun speaking with both of you here this morning. Congratulations on the project, and thanks so much for joining us here on Team S.
Thank you so much
Thanks,
for having
Lillian.
us.
And a reminder, The Paper premieres tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern only on Showcase and is streaming exclusively on Stack TV.